buddy. Okay. All right. Alrighty, so, hey everybody, and welcome to Extra Life Lessons, I guess. We'll get into that. So today we're going to be changing our oil and the oil filter. Easy peasy, although you might have noticed my my ramps there. Don't, yeah, it'll be fine. Be fine. I got the wheel chalk behind it. So, first and foremost, if this is your first time changing your oil, you're going to need a few things. Now the nut that goes into my oil pan is 17 millimeter. So I have a wrench. You can also do a socket, and socket wrench. With that, the longer the handle, the more leverage you'll have, and the more you'll be able to, or the easier it'll be to get it open. But we're going to use this. If I need more, then I'll just grab something bigger. You also want the adequate amount of oil. I'm using synthetic roll purple, 10W30. The weight does make a difference, but that second number, it's this whole big thing. So we got 10, weight, 30 is what mine is. So if you have the 10W, the first number is the weight that it is before your engine heats up, and the second number is the weight that it is after your engine heats up. So the heavier your oil is after it heats up, stuff that I'm not quite sure about, but the second number is more important than the first number. Yes. If you have 10W30, your car can take 5W30. If you have like a mixture of the two, that would work just as well also. But the second number you want to be the number that your car needs. Yes. Now, I do have a leak in my front main seal, so we are going to need to put some of the Lucas stop leak. So I'm going to do a quart of this with 3 quarts of the oil. And that's just like my car takes 4 quarts. So we'll do 1 of the stop leak and then 3 of the oil. Whereas if I did not put the stop leak, it would be 4 oil. You also want to change your oil filter. I got a K&N oil filter, and yeah, high performance one. It's also slightly warm outside, so we have some water to drink. And let's see here. So the most expensive part of your oil changing venture will be your ramps. These cost me about $50 when I bought them a couple of years ago. So depending on what brand you get, they will be sort of expensive, but you could also use a jack and jack stands, which might be a little bit cheaper. The oil, if you use just regular conventional oil, you can get the cheap shit for your car, and that'll be fine. It will not cost you the $60 an oil change that this costs me. I also get high quality, synthetic, high mileage stuff, and a premium or performance oil filter. So if you get the regular oil filter and a regular conventional oil, then it could cost you anywhere from like $20 to $30. Yeah, I mean, that's really it. So first things first, let's pop the hood. Look at my engine, ain't it pretty? Alright, so what we are going to do is we are going to take off. The engine has not cooled down from earlier. Our oil cap. We are going to place it in a spot where we will not lose it. insert that right there. Alright. And then what that does is allows adequate airflow for when you drain your oil. So then we're going to get our oil bucket underneath to catch the oil as we open the drain. Alright, so we're going to slide that under there, and then I'm gonna take my wrench, pull you guys off the stand because that's not really working. Okay, and we're gonna crawl up under here. Alright guys, so we want to make sure this is open, and we want to put it over here. Alright, got that. Okay, and we have our bolt right here. We want to make sure that our oil pan is directly under our drain. And then struggle to get this open. Alright, so once we get it loosened, don't forget how it goes, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. There we go. Look at all that once purple oil. Oh yes. Alright, so while that's draining, don't have too much longer left. Let's see. Initial expenses. About, if you get ramps, and you get those, they're Rhino ramps, be about 50 bucks-ish. A wrench, if you get just the single one, can run you like maybe $3. 3 to 5. A socket and a ratchet wrench. Can run you, I don't know, 5 to 10 for both. And then your oil will be anywhere from 10 to, mine's 40, $50. And then your oil filter can be anywhere from 3 to 10 bucks. So like there's a wide range of cost for your oil. The higher quality stuff you get, of course, the more expensive it's going to be. Honestly, once you have that, you'll need a drain pan, which drain pans you can get a little dinky one for like $4. And then an oil filter, or not filter, but a funnel you can get for like $2. You can get a paper one for free at certain gas stations, if it comes down to it. Or you could do what I did. You know, the first few times I changed my oil is I bought the ramps, bought the oil and the filter, and then borrowed everything else until the next time I did my oil, when I went in and I purchased the ratchet and socket. So there's that. But the reason that I'm doing this is for my sister, because she just got her first car and she needs to know how to do basic maintenance on stuff, because I know she'll be coming across them 3 to 5,000 miles for her car soon, if not already there. So this is why I'm doing this. And yeah, so safety things. If you do jack stands, and if you do a jack and jack stands over ramps, you want to make sure your car is on jack stands, because while your car may be higher off the ground than mine is, because I've just got a little dinky Miata, you don't want your car to fall on you and crush you. So normally I just keep my car on the ramps and don't put anything behind it, but because my car, one of those wheels is sitting precariously on the edge of that ramp, I put a chalk down. So don't need that falling off on top of me, because that's too low for me to be able to crawl out from under. So that's pretty much it. Otherwise, that's really it. The future costs after that are basically, I'd say probably 20 to $60, depending on your type of oil and oil filter that you get. If I did not do synthetic and I did the regular oil filter, then it wouldn't cost me $50 every time I change my oil. But it does. And now, luckily, with synthetic, they're saying now that their car can go 10,000 miles on synthetic oil, which blows my mind. I'm sure on the newer cars, sure, but just them 3,000 to 5,000 miles is what it was with conventional, and that's kind of what I've stuck to for my cars. Now this one's pushing 6, so yeah, it's been a rough little bit. So yeah, and now that being said, I have had people tell me, they change their oil every 10,000 miles, and they've had no sludge. Their gas cans have been, or their oil cans, oil reservoir in their car has been clean and free of sludge and all this stuff. But I don't know, I've got 150, almost 148,000 on my car, and I'm not going to try. So yeah, so that is just about finished draining now, so we're going to go ahead and struggle to get the oil filter off and out of the engine, because for as small as my hands are, this engine is a little bit tight in some places. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, let's play a game. Where's the oil filter? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There. Alright, so y'all want to watch me struggle to get this out? Oh, actually, it came out. It's coming out pretty easy. So you want to make sure your oil pan is below, which it is. So that way, when the oil that was captured in your oil filter comes pouring out, because it was captured in your oil filter, because it was filtering it, don't have oil all over your rental property. It's almost there. Almost there. There we go. Cool. That was the easiest unscrewing ever. Now, just gotta get it out of the bay. There we go. Look at that. Yeah. Alright, so when you put your new oil filter in, you do not want this gasket to be dry. So you can take your old gasket, which I put into the thing, the pan below, or you can take some new oil and just oil that up just a little bit. Okay. So now that that's a little bit older, we can go ahead and put that onto that screw down there that you may or may not be able to see. Yeah, may or may not be able to see. Oh, wait, actually you can. Right there. that's where we're gonna put it. So, put that there. Then we gonna get this down here. Okay. 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 Come on now. Righty tighty. Oopsie doopsie. There we go. Okay. Come on. Does it? Come on now. There we go. And you just want this hand tied. There we go. Okay. Hopefully you saw some of what I was doing. So then now we put the bolt back on the oil pan and fill it up. Alright, and now there is an option if you wanted to run a quart of fresh oil through your system to help flush out the old oil. It's not required. You can if you want to. It's not that big of a deal. It's something that I did once or twice, but also not all that worried about. Is that? Yes, that is. I have a bad oil leak somewhere, and it is probably my front main seal, which sucks, because that's a bitch. Anyway, we want that ratchet. There it is. We'll just use the wrench. Let's push that out the way. And am I doing it the right way? No, I'm not doing it the wrong way. I want to twist away from me. Alright, so then you take a funnel, put that in there. Now that everything's back on and tight, we're going to take our stop leak. So, directions, 20% of system capacity, meaning use 1 quart to 4 quarts of oil. Okay. Something else that you could do, if you don't feel like dealing with the syrupness of this, is if you have a thing of oil that's not completely full, you could put this into that, shake it up real good, and then pour it in. That works just as well. Alright, so that's 1. And I have 3 quarts of this, so that'll be all of this bucket. Okay, where are we at? Got about 1.5 quarts. Yeah, let's go ahead and check. So you want to check your dipstick. There it is. A little bit before you're completely done. Just to be sure that everything is all fine and dandy. So I'm not even at the low point, and that's perfectly fine. But that's also because everything's still trying to work its way through too, and my car's not flat on the ground, it's angled up, so that has a little bit to do with it. When you have about a quart left, you can also at that point just turn your car on and back it off the ramps and then finish putting your oil in. You could do that too. And about a half a quart left, and that, check one more time, but that will be what I am going to do. Alright, yeah, I'm at the full, so I won't add any more. But what I will do, put that in there, take this out, put that in its safe spot, and put this on, drop my hood, and back off. Well, could be one of two things. Maybe I just need to let the engine run for a second, because I did put in that stop leak. It is real syrupy and, you know, all that stuff. So it could be that, or it could be I don't need any more oil in there, I know that. So that, I mean, I've got, yeah, a half quart more that I could put in there. So, could be that. Could be that stop leak. So, let's do just a smidge. And yes, even that much can make a difference in your dipstick reading. Yeah. Yeah. Now we're at halfway. So I'm going to go ahead and put that last little bit. This will go all over my engine. Okay. Now, if you do not have one of these kinds of oil catchers for your old oil, you can just as easily put your old oil into your 5-quart doodad, especially if it takes off 5 quarts, and then you can take that to your parts store, and they'll recycle it there for free. So, ladies and gents, that's it. Ta-da! Oil change. See y'all next time.